John McCain is making a familiar big tax and spend case against Barack Obama, trying to turn the Democrats' campaign theme of change on its head. Let's discuss this and more now with Robert Gibbs. He's the communications director for Obama's presidential campaign. He served in an earlier life as John Kerry's spokesman during the early days of his White House bid. Robert, thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Wolf.
He's trying to make the case, McCain, that if you like Jimmy Carter, you'll love Barack Obama. He's going to be a second term of Jimmy Carter. What do you want to say about that?
Well, look, as I said yesterday, I think there's a very simple thing that John McCain can use to remember our tax plan. The wealthy lobbyists that are involved in his campaign are likely to pay more in taxes. But middle-class families in America who are struggling with skyrocketing healthcare costs, skyrocketing gas prices, skyrocketing college education costs, under Barack Obama are going to see a $1,000 tax cut for their families. We've had 8 years of George Bush's economy, and now what we have is John McCain dusting off the tired-old, worn-out ideas of George Bush, thinking that they're going to help middle-class Americans get ahead right now, and it's just not the case. What we need is we need change.
Here's the specific charge he made today against Barack Obama when it comes to taxes. Listen to this.
Under Senator Obama's tax plan, Americans of every background would see their taxes rise. Seniors, parents, small business owners, and just about everyone who has even a modest investment in the market.
Now, that's pretty scary to a lot of voters out there. What do you want to say in response to that?
Well, again, it's a sad commentary that John McCain is making up a tax in a political campaign this early. It's certainly not straight talk from John McCain. What Barack Obama will do is eliminate the income tax for most seniors. He's going to cut capital gains tax and eliminate it for most startup small businesses. We're going to cut taxes for middle-class families by $1,000. We're going to help families that own a home but don't have enough to deduct their home interest mortgage. So obviously, John McCain just got it all backwards.
He says you're going to have the biggest tax increase since World War II.
Well, again, another thing that John McCain's just simply got wrong. What John McCain wants to do is take George Bush's economic plan and put it on steroids. He wants a $300 billion tax break for corporations and hasn't told us how he's going to pay for it. I don't know anybody in this country who believes that a tax break for corporations and wealthy CEOs is the way to get middle America back on track. It's just not going to work. It hasn't worked for the past 8 years, Wolf. And we just don't need the same tired, worn-out ideas from John McCain for 4 more years.
Let me ask about a specific tax that he says you guys are on the wrong side of, the estate tax. I'll play this clip for you.
Another one of my disagreements with Senator Obama concerns the estate tax, better known to you as the death tax. He proposes to increase to a top rate of 55%.
Is that true?
Well, look, what we want to do is make sure that family-owned small businesses and family-owned farms can be passed down to generations. And what we would do is increase the exemption and make sure that people weren't penalized like that. But look, what it's going to mean is what we're not going to do is eliminate something like that for Warren Buffett and Bill Gates, positions that both of them support. Look, what we need to do is restore some fairness in our tax system, stop giving all the benefits to wealthy corporations and to big CEOs, and instead put the tax code, reform the tax code and put it back on the side of middle-class working families, which we've seen have to battle this economy and battle this administration. America can't afford 4 more years of that, and they can't afford 4 years of John McCain.
What's the status of the 10 town hall meetings that McCain is proposing that he and Barack Obama start as early as this week, if you will, engaging in?
Well, look, our campaign has been in touch with them. They spoke, they traded phone calls over the weekend. I believe they're supposed to speak later on today about this. We've been in touch with this. Senator Obama said even today that he looks forward to this idea, to getting in a room and discussing in front of the public the issues that are important in this campaign. I do think it'll happen, Wolf.
Do you have any idea when it might start?
I don't. We've been the nominee for, or the presumptive nominee for a little less than a week right now. So things are coming at us fast and furious. But I'm pretty sure that we certainly want to do it. And we think we can get agreement from the McCain campaign to do unprecedented appearances before the convention.
What about the vice presidential selection? I know you're not going to tell us who's on the short list, who's on the long list, or whatever, but in principle, Does he have an idea when he wants to make his decision? He's got a couple months basically until the convention, but do you want to just give us a ballpark at how long you think this vetting process might go on?
Well, look, I think it's, as Senator Obama has said, this is one of the most important, if not the most important decision that he'll make before the convention. And it's a decision that he wants to take his time with and make sure that he gets right. So I don't have a timetable, and I don't think Senator Obama has a timetable in mind. I do think he wants to get this selection right and make sure that people have confidence in that pick.
Robert Gibbs is the communications director for the Obama campaign. Get ready, Robert. You got a tough road ahead of you.
We know it. Thanks, Wolf.
Are you feeling strong?
So far, so good.
All right. Thanks very much for coming in.
Thank you.